And we'll show you where deputies found their suspect. And later, one of the oldest tricks in the book apparently allowed a Tennessee teacher and a 15-year-old girl to communicate without leaving a trace. Parents will explain how email drafting works so you can protect your children.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News live at 5:30. Coverage you can count on.
After a sunny spring-like day, the weather's expected to change later tonight as storms roll through the Tennessee Valley. Thanks for joining us. I'm Greg Glover.
Cindy Sexton is off this evening. I'm David Carroll, and right there on the lower left of your screen is Chief Meteorologist Paul Barris, who's taking it all in on the Storm Alert Center. Let's find out what we're in store for tonight.
All right, the showers and storms have been, over the past couple hours, have been out over south and central Alabama, moving off towards the north. They're heading towards us, but it's going to be a while before the real heavy-duty storms come. Most of them will be coming in around 11 o'clock midnight or so. There's another line, a hefty line of storms further out to the west, but the real action's further off to the north, up in Indiana, where there are tornado watches in effect. There's no watches in Alabama now. As a matter of fact, as of right now, there are no warnings in Alabama either, and there's no warnings in West Tennessee. These are so far just pretty strong thunderstorms that are pushing through. I'm going to take a look at what we call a rapid refresh model. This model updates every hour, and it's showing some showers and storms moving through this evening. And then after midnight, again, some scattered showers. What rapid refresh is showing, a lot of this stuff just fading out a little bit. And by 7:30 in the morning, the heaviest rain should be out to the east of us, and it should be all over with before the sun even comes up. Now, out near Murphy, there could be a little bit of rain. But there is a pretty good chance for some showers and storms popping up for tonight. I think you may have a chance for some isolated severe weather, but just some thunder, some lightning, maybe some very small hail. If you get any hail, that's not necessarily severe. It's got to be a fairly decent size, at least a nickel-size hail, to call it a severe thunderstorm. And the winds, I think, are going to be less than 50 miles an hour out of most of these storms, so that'll keep it from being classified a severe storm. Got the complete 7-day forecast in a few minutes.
Thank you, Paul. We have an update now on breaking news we're following out of West Tennessee. Now, police are looking into a possible Amber Alert sighting. We've had reports that the van that suspect Tad Cummins was reportedly driving was spotted around 12:30 today. Now, as we've been reporting, 15-year-old Elizabeth Thomas is believed to be with Cummins. She vanished 17 days ago. And as of late this afternoon, that van was parked at a Crystal restaurant, and our NBC affiliate in Memphis is reporting that the pair ditched the van and got on a bus. Now, earlier, Cummins was spotted at a gas station in the same van. So I guess you could say there are several moving parts to this story right now. That's why we don't have a whole lot of definite things to tell you. Now, the sheriff's office is calling it a confirmed sighting. On the other hand, the TBI is not yet ready to say that. So we're monitoring this in our control room. If there are any developments out of West Tennessee, we'll stop what we're doing and let you know.
Closer to home now and continuing coverage, a Cleveland murder suspect on the run was captured in DeKalb County on Wednesday.
26-year-old Sean Hale is charged with first-degree murder in the shooting death of Thomas Creek Jr. Channel 3's Tim Pham tells us how police located the suspect.
The man wanted for killing Thomas Creek Jr. was found walking along Interstate 59 in Fort Payne, Alabama. Police say Sean Hale shot and killed 34-year-old Thomas Creek Jr., then dumped his body in a ravine in the Cherokee National Forest.
Hale gave a false identification. When they started looking into it, they found out that he was wanted out of Tennessee for a homicide, and they took him into custody on the side of the interstate.
Hale's brother, who was walking with him, was up front with police. He was detained but has not been charged with the crime. Chief Mark Gibson believes the two were driving a stolen car shortly before police caught up with them.
Sean Hale confessed to shooting Thomas Creek Jr. They also listed the location of the stolen vehicle used in the commission of the crime, and were able to recover that.
The car was found burned in a remote area of Fort Payne, Alabama. It's now a key piece of evidence in the investigation that could shed light on what happened the day of the murder.
The information that we received is that he was shot in the vehicle on the roadway, traveling the roadway in the Cleveland area.
Creek was last seen leaving Tenova Hospital 2 weeks ago. Police believe Sean Hale was the one who picked him up in the car and that he acted alone.
Shortly after being picked up from the hospital, the homicide took place, and he was then transported to Polk County.
Chief Gibson says Hale and Creek knew each other, but it's still not clear what led to Creek's death. Police believe more people could be involved in the murder. If you have any information, give Cleveland Police a call. Reporting in Cleveland, Tim Pham, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Preliminary autopsy reports show that Creek was shot in the head at least 2 times before he was left in the forest. Police are working to extradite Hale back to Bradley County. The autopsy report for Jalen Little has been released by the Hamilton County Medical Examiner's Office. That report shows that on March 12th, Little was shot 14 times while in his driveway on Oak Tree Drive. 19-year-old Zachary Chadwick and 21-year-old Jacob Coiney were arrested on charges of criminal homicide and especially aggravated robbery. Court records show Chadwick gave Little nearly $1,000 to buy marijuana. When Chadwick never received the drugs or his money back, the documents say he and Coiney went to Little's home with a gun. Before his death, Jalen's father says he was trying to turn his life around.
2 children were killed this morning in central Virginia as they were walking to their school bus. Virginia State Police responded to the fatal crash shortly after 7:30 this morning. A tractor trailer hit the 2 children as they approached the bus. Both died at the scene. We don't have information on their ages, and the cause of the crash is being investigated.
The Tennessee House panel has voted down 2 bills that would have let people carry handguns without permits. Yesterday, the House Civil Justice Subcommittee voted against 1 bill that would have allowed concealed carry without a permit. The panel later killed a proposal that would have dropped the permit requirement to carry a handgun openly or concealed and expanded where guns could be carried. Currently, Tennessee requires those to get a permit to carry a handgun in public. Obtaining that permit requires first completing a handgun safety course.
State lawmakers have delayed a bill that would not recognize same-sex marriages in Tennessee. The state natural defense of marriage bill has been delayed until next year after a vote in the House subcommittee yesterday. The bill is a direct contrast to the decision in 2015 that recognized same-sex marriages across the nation. The bill failed to receive a motion in a Senate committee last week. The fiscal note claims that over $9 billion of federal funds could be at risk if Tennessee starts to discriminate against same-sex couples.
Up next on Live at 5:30, McDonald's is making a change to its quarter pounder. They'll swap frozen beef patties for fresh ones.
And later, Twitter is giving users a little more room to tweet. We'll tell you what that's all about next.
We have a shower moving over Trenton right now. It's a small shower, very small, but there's going to be more of where those came from coming up later on tonight, and I'll tell you all about it in the 7-day forecast.
You may have heard the term email drafting. It's sometimes used as a way for two people or groups to communicate while hiding their tracks. We'll get you that story in just a few moments. First, let's talk about McDonald's. The restaurant chain plans to freshen up its menu with fresh beef. McDonald's says it'll swap frozen beef patties for fresh ones in its quarter-pounder burgers by sometime next year at most of its U.S. locations. Employees will cook the beef on a grill when ordered. McDonald's has been testing fresh beef at more than 400 restaurants in Dallas and Tulsa, Oklahoma for about a year. Frozen to fresh is a major shift for the world's largest hamburger chain, which has been wanting to update its image as more people snub processed foods.
Well, the University of Tennessee president says tuition increases will be at 3% or less for the third year in a row. A university spokesperson says the school's board of trustees is preparing a set of cost-saving goals. The amount of the tuition increase has not yet been approved. The university president will present the budget boundaries for the 2017 and 18 fiscal years to a board subcommittee in June. So at least they're not going up a lot. That's the good news.
That's right.
And we have more news for you right after this.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News traffic is brought to you by CHI Memorial. When joint pain is interfering with your fun, turn to the experts at CHI Memorial. Find more information at memorialjoints.com.
Chattanooga police working a couple accidents, one of them on Wilcox Boulevard near McCord Avenue, and also watch for some heavier traffic. Other accident, I apologize. Pine Street's going to be there at West 8th. Heavy traffic, watch out for that if you're traveling 24 eastbound from downtown trying to get to that 75 split. You're looking at about a 13 to 15 minute commute. From the US 101 Information Center, it's Mo with your Eyewitness News traffic.
Every fort in my neighborhood is connected by a private VLAN.
Let's face it, kids today are smarter than ever.
My low latency data knowing is always a hit at parties.
At EPB, we're passionate about providing the tools to help them grow.
Don't you love an ISP that doesn't throttle your bandwidth? Yes, I love EPB.
Giving them access to the world around them where anything is possible. Join the community network at epb.com.
And that have free.
A nationwide manhunt, as you know, is underway for a teenage girl and her former teacher who both disappeared 2 weeks ago from her hometown in Tennessee.
Authorities say before the 15-year-old was taken away by her teacher, the two had communicated with each other using a tactic called email drafting. It's a trick to hide email messages from anyone, including the police. Our consumer technology reporter, Jamie Tucker, explains what it is and what every parent should know.
Well, email drafting has been around for a while. It's a very sneaky way for two people or a group of people to communicate with each other with very little chance of getting caught. Here's how it works.
Rather than sending someone an email to their address, the two share an email account, maybe Gmail, Yahoo, or another email service. Both people have access to that same account. But instead of sending emails to one another, they write it but save it as a draft. So the next time the other person logs on to check email, they'll look for a new drafted message. They'll delete the draft and reply with their own email, again, without actually sending it. Draft messages don't leave a trail. When one is deleted, it doesn't even show up in the trash or deleted folder. It's as if it never existed.
And before you say, well, you're just giving people ideas, trust me, sneaky people have known this for a long time. Drafting is one of the oldest tricks in the book.
It's used by cheating spouses, military leaders, teenagers, and terrorists. 5 years ago, former CIA Director David Petraeus used email drafts to secretly send messages to a woman he was having an affair with. The FBI discovered it while investigating Petraeus. Agents knew what to look for because they were already familiar with the trick being used by members of Al-Qaeda.
And for most people, the only way to find out if this is going on is to check the drafts folder for draft emails that haven't already been deleted. That's What the Tech. Jamie Tucker, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Authorities believe the teacher and the young girl used draft emails and encrypted messaging apps that also hide communications from anyone other than the intended person being sent the message. And unfortunate, the update we have in our Amber Alert coverage tonight, the TBI has just announced that the reported sighting in West Tennessee was not Tad Cummins or Elizabeth Thomas. So it's back to square one for investigators. More than 1,100 leads, nothing credible yet. Police believe the teacher and student could be anywhere in the country or even in Mexico. If you have information that could help, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Twitter has found another way to ease its 140-character limit without raising it. Starting today, if you reply to someone or to a group, their usernames will no longer count toward your 140 characters. Instead, Twitter's interface on both web and mobile will display the handles of those you are replying to above the tweet text instead of within the tweet. Usernames in original non-reply tweets still count toward the character limit.
When you just can't say it all in 140 characters, you really need 148. Here's Paul Barris with your forecast.
All right, we're looking at the close-up radar right now on the high-res radar here. We have some showers that are moving right along Interstate 59 out near Wildwood, just about to move across the border. They're already pretty much into Tennessee now. This is a very light shower. It's only about 7-8 miles wide, moving off towards the north and the east. May just clip Signal Mountain and move into Red Bank, maybe along 27 as it moves from the south-southwest to the north-northeast. So that's one shower that we're looking at, but that's just the beginning. There's a whole bunch of them down towards Montgomery with a line of thunderstorms too. So we could see some thunder and lightning moving in probably around dark or so. That's when most of the rain will come in. There's another hefty line out in West Tennessee. That one is lingering though, and the severe weather is really starting to break out parts of Indiana with severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado watches up through that area as of right now, and snow up into Michigan. At 79 in the city, also in Dalton and Cleveland, and Dayton with 72 in Murphy, 74 Altamont, and 76 out in your Blue Ridge. Those winds are a little gusty right now, still out of the south. Sustained at 15, gusting to 28, and pollen count almost 900 for today. Now the high was 80, 60 the overnight low. No rain as of yet, at least at the airport. Skywatchers told me some 80 south the city, 82 Dalton, 81 Varnell, 81 Calhoun, but 85 in Chatsworth, 77 Ellijay. Well, we had about 81 in Red Bank, 81 in East Ridge, 81 also in Ooltewah with Ringgold, 77. Cleveland got up to 83, while near Trenton about 79. A little bit of rain fell in Trenton so far. And then 79 in Dayton, 79 Dunlap, 80 in Pikeville, Spring City at 79, 83 out near Riceville. Delano was 84, well, Turtletown 78, 76 in Murphy, and 79 in Jasper. Here's the latest VIPIRCAST showing the heaviest rain coming up tonight west of the city, just west of Chattanooga, over the Sequatchie Valley and also up into the Cumberland Plateau. That's where the heaviest rain VIPIRCAST is painting right now, but actually that may be even a little further off towards the east. I hope so, because we could use a couple inches of rain here. 4 o'clock in the morning on Friday, some lingering showers. By 7 o'clock in the morning, they're out of here. We'll see some clouds moving in and out throughout the day, so we'll call partly cloudy. We'll have a north to northwesterly wind coming up through Saturday. Winds die down Saturday, and into Sunday, looks like a few more clouds roll in later. So again, VIPIRCAST is painting the heaviest rain west of the city, with just about a half-inch average around the area, and I think that's probably a good bet, about a half inch to maybe about 2/3 of an inch. This line, though, of heavier rain could be just a little bit right over the city, too. So it's going to be close. Showers and storms popping up for tonight. Some could be strong. The Storm Prediction Center says a few of them could be severe with gusty winds and some hail, but it's not going to be a big outbreak of severe weather. Tomorrow, breezy, cooler, some partly cloudy and a westerly wind 10 to 15. Tomorrow night, 49. Partly cloudy, cooler, winds die down. Channel 3 Storm Alert 7-day forecast says 72 Saturday. Sunday, though, 79, we'll see more clouds. Monday, more showers and thunderstorms popping up. On Tuesday, a 30% chance for showers and 76. Wednesday, only a 20% chance, and we cool down a little bit as a cold front comes in on Thursday to where it should be. Yeah, it's supposed to be in the mid-60s. It's not even close.
Huh?
We're like 15 to 20 degrees above normal this past week or so.
That's very nice, except for the sneezing.
Yeah, that's right.
Paul, thanks very much.
And we're doing a little mapping here just to get a location on a shooting that we've heard about. I believe I found it now. Just into our newsroom, we have information, shooting on Hughes Drive. Now this is in the St. Elmo, Alton Park, South Chattanooga area. One person has been hurt, so we really don't have a lot of details, but we have sent a crew to the scene. Once again, that's Hughes Avenue in the South Chattanooga, Alton Park area. We'll have more details as soon as we get them.
Up next on Live at 5:30, those bargain hair products you bought at a going out of business sale may not be a bargain. We'll bring you details.
What the Tech is brought to you by
Gig City's only local provider of the fastest internet and sharpest HD TV, EPB Fiber Optics.
Who doesn't love a bargain, especially if it's on luxury salon-worthy hair products? But if you find a too good to be true deal on salon quality hair products at a discount store, retailers are probably not authorized.
And in the business, that's called diversion. Meredith Sensulo has a consumer warning because what they're selling probably isn't what you think you're paying for.
Like the products in your fridge, the ones in your shower have a shelf life. Salon owner Joanna Amarante says products are considered expired after 2 years.
Whatever ingredients that product has will no longer be activated to do the job like it's supposed to.
If you find a salon quality product at a discount retailer, it's probably expired. Buyers get a hold of outdated stock, sell to retailers who add their own barcode. Another sign of an outdated product, the packaging. Manufacturers update packaging when they reformulate the line.
So it's newer technology, better type of ingredients in there, healthier for the hair.
More concerning, salon owners who go out of business may sell their high-quality stock to a buyer who will dilute it.
They will add alcohol into the products, which would really strip that person's color, create more damage to the hair. They would dilute it with water, but at that point, too much water would dilute the pure ingredients, so it's not going to work the way it's supposed to.
When your color fades or your hair frays, it's stylists' reputations that have a bad hair day.
Your doctor knows what's wrong with you, they diagnose you, they give you a prescription. It works in the same thing in the beauty industry. We work with your hair, we know what's recommended for your hair.
Now, this problem is so bad, some companies, including Redken and Pureology, have websites to help you identify the products that are sold through unauthorized retailers.
Just ahead on Live at 5:30, a pair of extreme sports lovers took advantage of flooding caused by a cyclone. They took their jet skis out for a spin. The video next. Some Australians had fun with the flash floods that Cyclone Debbie brought them.
Yeah, a pair of extreme sports lovers took their jet skis to the flood waters. This happened this morning after the cyclone finished, but the rain was still going on. The writers say it was a perfect opportunity. Another man was spotted having fun by wakeboarding. How about that? You don't often hear that fun with cyclones, do you?
That's right. Here's a look at what's coming up at 6.
One day after a restaurant crumbled on Market Street, we're learning more about the building and uncovering documents that show city inspectors may have found problems with this structure a year ago. I'm Lori Mitchell. I'll have the story coming up on Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Lafayette High School parents, students, and employees have been wondering why Principal Mike Culberson will not return next school year. And we've been digging into his personal files for more information.
And get your umbrellas out. Rain and storms are headed this way. Nothing like Cyclone Debbie, of course, but we'll give you a few tips on what to do if your power goes out tonight, and we'll let you know how electric companies are preparing for severe weather conditions. Eyewitness News at 6 starts now.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 6.